Breaking news from ONN here in Houston, Texas, United States of America. The United States hits terrorist den in the northwest of Nigeria. This Christmas Day, President Donald Trump of the United States announced a targeted hit on terrorist locations in Nigeria. Yes, remember, about a month ago, declared Nigeria a country of particular interest, and that received the affirmation of the US President Donald Trump. He sent a delegation to Nigeria to observe on the spot what was going on in Nigeria. They went around the country, regardless of the rogue government in Nigeria's effort to block them from seeing the truth. They resisted and went and talked to the locals, those who were badly impacted. Yes. And they left. Even when they were there, the terrorists struck as a mark of disrespect and to let them know that there was nothing anybody could do about them. So they returned to the United States. And the first interview granted on Fox spoke a lot about what their experience was and what was likely to follow. Yes, right there and then, the masterminds of terrorism and the fake government in Nigeria, led by the drug dealer who was prosecuted here successfully and paid nearly $500,000 US dollars in restitution before he was asked to leave the country. Tried all they could to start doing the fire brigade thing, lies that Nigerian government and its drivers were known for. Started pretending as everything was they were doing the great job. But still, they have a minister of defense, state, Dr. Bello Matawale, who was fingered as one of those masterminding terrorism and banditry in Nigeria. Even as we speak, they still have him in his position as the deputy minister of defense. While the one ahead of him, above him, resigned, claiming unhurt ground. And shortly before he resigned, he lied to the nation that where the terrorists were located in Sambisa forest, some of them in the northeast of Nigeria, was impenetrable, that no bomb could reach them. Just something mischievous, typical of the Fulani elites holding Nigeria hostage. Yes, in order to protect their young men that they sent into the forest to blackmail Nigeria. And this blackmail has lasted for 65 years, only just reaching a dangerous crescendo in a series of events that dots their generational mission to seize the entire West Africa. Yes, Nigeria is so strategic to their Islamic jihadist agenda. So that is why that country has never rested since independence. It hurts me. I am a Pan Africanist. As a Pan-Africanist, I believe that Africa has the capacity or should be given the opportunity to solve its own problem. But no, Africa has continually, especially Nigeria, has continued to demonstrate the incapacity to solve its problems. Not because that the people who can solve the problems are not there in Nigeria, but those who can solve the problems are never given the access to opportunity to lead the country at a point in areas and departments where they could solve the country's problem. It has always been the terrorists. It has always been the brigands. It has always been the bandits. It has always been the rogues that have been in charge of Nigeria. It hurts. It really hurts to see that a foreign country is the one doing what Nigerians ought to do. And it's going to come with at a higher cost. Our tragedy of leadership, our failure to lead, has cost us this embarrassment. Yes, some people cry sovereignty. They cry territorial integrity. We have never had sovereignty. We have never had the territorial integrity. The northern flank of Nigeria has forever been left open to terrorists and brigands from the Maghreb to freely flow into Nigeria. How are they able to do this? Because they speak the language, they speak Hausa, they speak Fulani. So when they allow them, they come into our country to compete for space, to compete for resources, and to compete for benefits. These are the same people who will enjoy benefits associated with the citizenship of Mauritania. They will go to Cameroon and enjoy the citizenship of Cameroon. They will go to Niger and enjoy the citizenship of Niger. They go to Mali, they claim that they are Malians. They come to Nigeria, they claim they are Nigerians. They have multiple passports. They move freely from one border to the other. Now, Nigeria is their target. Their mission is to destroy Nigeria. They have been killing our people with reckless abandon. They arm themselves, Fulani elites in Nigeria and the political class, and some of them in the private sector. Some of them who impose themselves as traditional rulers, even though they are not traditional. Yes, and Nigeria are the ones responsible for this. I can't say anything but say thank you to the President of the United States and the United States itself for intervening, doing what we, the people of Nigeria, could not do. We know what the problem is, but we continually fail to summon the courage to do it. Yes, when they come, they will say it is Islam. Anybody who says something is declaring a war, they call you an enemy of Islam. True Muslims don't destroy their countries. True Muslims don't kill fellow Nigerians, or they are killing everybody, not just only Christians. Even though Donald Trump says Christians, it's much more than that. There's an ethnic group in Nigeria, the Hausa race, that these people have had in captivity for 221 years. The Hausa people are Muslims. They are good Muslims. They behave like human beings. They are normal people. But these Fulanis, yes, a minority group in Nigeria that are not traditional to Nigeria, they are not Africans. They migrated to Nigeria. And in 1804, they upstaged the Hausa people, seized their lands, killed all their kings, took their thrones, raped their women, seized everything. And since then, the Hausa people have been in chains. So I want to set a record straight. The Hausa people embraced Islam A long time before the Fulanis came into Nigeria, they were practicing their own Islam. Very gentle people, hardworking people, great farmers. The Hausa people are very good farmers. If they had been allowed to farm without disruption, you need to see the creative ingenuity in these people, how they farm. They started mechanized farming a long time ago using animals to plough the ground. So imagine that Nigeria as a country had invested in them to improve farming. You know where these people will go. Great farmers. But these Fulanis will not have them. They hammer them down. You know the population of the houses in Nigeria? 63 million. 63 million is about nearly 30% of the country's population. That is how it is. But that population is incapacitated. The best they can do is to be water fetchers. The best they can do is to cut people's nails, using crude instruments. The best they can do is to be barbing people's head, using barbing hair, using crude instruments, frying eggs and making teas and tea and their shining shoes. That is where how what millions of able-bodied Hausa people what they do. No thanks to the denial of access to opportunity by a Fulani minority whose population is less than 10 million in Nigeria. Their population is less than 10 million in Nigeria. Their population is less than 10 million in Nigeria. And guess what? They control Nigeria's 250 million people. How did they do it? They went into the armed forces, seized the command and control infrastructure of the armed forces. They used the armed forces to blackmail and intimidate and beat down the people of Nigeria. Nigerians cannot open their mouth to say anything. The armed forces of Nigeria, led by the Fulanis, are complicit in what is happening. They fight alongside with the terrorists. Yes, they needed a superpower to bring down them. Yes. That is why a Pan-Africanist like me, who would not want anybody to come inside Africa to do anything, will support this move. Because our people have given up. We have been preaching this message of resistance, stand up. No, they cannot. We blame them, but they are in a very desperate situation. Children will go to school in the morning and they will bring buses to cut them away into captivity. And then parents will be paying ransom, money that they don't have. People have to sell their property in order to buy back their children who are in a country that is supposed to have a government, in a country that is supposed to have security forces, in a country that is supposed to have a police force, in a country that is supposed to have a DSS that they call secret police, in a country that has civil defense, in a country that has an army. Our territorial integrity is wantonly violated. Our sovereignty is right on the canvas. And you tell me about the sovereignty because America decided to say, hey, Christians are being murdered. The evangelicals in the United States are very powerful. And I think Donald Trump reacted partly because of the massive support he received from Africans at home during his electioneering campaign. Because if the people in Africa, especially Nigeria, were given, especially those who say they are persecuted because of their religion, if they were given ballots to vote in the past US presidential election, Donald Trump would have won a land and sea slide victory. I was wondering, I didn't support Donald Trump. I didn't like him. I voted against him. I campaigned against him. But my people in Nigeria were calling me, hey, you need to mobilize support for Donald Trump. He's our savior. I would say, how is he your savior? He's running for president of the United States. He cannot save you. You have to save yourself. This is what we have been preaching to you. We have to stand up. So sometimes I will like get angry with them. I say, you guys are crazy. But I think their cry got to Donald Trump. And the evangelicals here did put a lot of pressure on Donald Trump because of the reportage that was coming from Nigeria from the Christians there. How they did it, were able to get to the heart of the evangelicals in the United States enough to mount the type of pressure they mounted on Donald Trump to have this type of action taken. It's something. And then later, the Nigerians, including those who voted against Donald Trump, started mounting pressure. Nigerian Americans, some of us who have a dual citizenship, started mounting a lot of pressure, writing, speaking, talking openly about what is taking place in Nigeria. Yes, it got to the US president. I know there are people who will be angry. I do have some friends here who are Americans who are going to be angry, like me, a Pan African is speaking like this, or like maybe I have sold out. No, it's not, because they don't understand what is taking place in Nigeria. Nigeria is so complex, has been made so complex. Yes, I have been a victim of these people. Look at me. 1991, I nearly lost my life. That was one of the reasons I left Nigeria. In my home country, some people came with the intention to kill me because I wasn't a Muslim. Yes, that's how they reason. And they don't reason as if they are Nigerians. They reason as if they are Arabs. We are Africans. It's so difficult to convince them to reason like Africans. The same people want to impose Sharia on the whole people of Nigeria. Yes. So, Donald Trump, I didn't vote for you. Thank you very much. I know it takes a lot to drop a bomb. It takes a lot to make one bomb. It takes a lot to carry that bomb from where it was made to drop it at the target. It costs money. Nigeria will have to pay. So let's be very frank about this. But if it was free, because President Trump loves Nigerians so much, and he loves the Christian Nigerians so much, God will bless President Trump more than ever. Yes, for doing what Nigeria could not do. Not because Nigeria does not have the resources to do it. Nigeria had the armed forces to do it. Nigeria has the planes to carry bombs, to bomb anywhere they want to bomb. But the leadership of Nigeria will not do it because they are part of what is happening. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a part of what is happening. So, because America's firepower, you can't resist it. So, Bola Tinubu, you must shut up and not try to take any credit for what happened, because it was not your intention. It never was. That was the work of the United States. And we thank America for this. God bless America. I don't care what anybody says. You damn stupid Nigerian who will be telling me about sovereignty. You are a fool. Your people are dying. Come out as Nigerian. I told you, let's come out and do it. Yes, come out. I came out as far back as 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. I carried it into a senatorial race. Come out and let us free Nigeria. What did you do? What did all of you do? You did nothing. You were expecting me to pay you money to be a patriot. You were expecting me to buy your votes. Look at those you sold your votes to. They sold you. So shut your mouth up. Any Nigerian who comes with funky mouth to say that what Donald Trump is doing is wrong, you are a bastard. You are not a Nigerian. You need to be deported. Yes, get the fuck out of Nigeria because you are not Nigerian. You couldn't do it. Do it, you will say you are Fulani. The Fulanis will never want to criticize any Fulani. They will keep quiet. Even if the Fulani is killing them, they will keep quiet. The Yoruba man will do the same thing. Once it's a Yoruba man, they will not stand up to say anything. They want to protect their thieves. Everybody will protect their criminals. The Igbo man who was the first to stand up for Nigeria, now he learned a new trick. He doesn't want to get involved, but it's a stupid thing too, because you are still not free yet. You are not free. When they say come to Nigeria, they will say, we tried first, let other people try. But you are still in that chain. That chain is still around your neck. You are a fool. All right? My Niger Delta people, our oil is what has been driving the economy of Nigeria since 1956. 1956, when they first discovered oil in Oloibri. Yes. And in 1977, they built a corporation around the oil discovered in Niger Delta. All right, to administer and manage the oil resources. Lagos was built off of the oil. Abuja was built out of our oil. All the state capitals in Nigeria were built out of our oil. The salaries of every Nigerian worker is paid off of the oil. But what do we from the Niger Delta have to show for the oil that is produced, exploited from our place? Environmental pollution, environmental degradation. My brothers and sisters and our mothers and fathers in the Niger Delta, they eat and drink their pee. They shit inside the same water with which they cook their foods, with which they take their shower. Now dark suits fall over the place. We inhale radioactive particles. Cancers are killing our people. Different types of upper respiratory and lower respiratory diseases are killing our people. And Nigeria does not have any healthcare infrastructure to support healthcare in Nigeria. That is what we get. And you tell me about your damn sovereignty. Where is the damn sovereignty? Nigeria needs to be leveled now before we talk about sovereignty. Maybe when they level Nigeria, the few that will be okay, that will recover, will know how to build a country. We look at what we did to a country. Beautiful country with everything in it. We can't build roads. Have you been to Nigeria lately to see the type of roads you see there? You won't see that type of road in hell. The type of roads we have in Nigeria. Can you see a country, the sixth largest producer of oil, the sixth largest producer of oil in the world, has no functioning refinery. Four refineries in Nigeria, all grounded. Yes, all grounded. And until recently, out of money stolen from Nigeria's coffer, they said Dangote built a refinery. And people are celebrating him. He's a criminal. He's a beneficiary from the insider trading in Nigeria. Yes. I see he's having a running battle with one of them. Dangote, who could not even help his own Hausa people. Over 30 million Hausa children are on the streets of Sokoto, Kano, Katsina, Zamfara, Kebbi, Kaduna, everywhere. They beg from AM to PM. Instead of being in the classrooms, they are on the street begging, and they call it Alamajiri. It's a tradition, Islamic tradition. Where is that practice on earth? Saudi Arabia, the headquarters of Islam. You don't see uneducated people there. You don't see people who eat from the trash there. So what type of Islam is being practiced in the north of Nigeria? What type of Islam do they have? Islam of poverty and violence and ignorance and sickness? Something is not right. Yes, we are not Arabs. Even Saudi Arabia is modernizing. They are beautifying the infrastructure with which they make money through religious tourism. Every year, millions of people go to Saudi Arabia. Because they know that this is business. They run it good. Last year, Nigeria budgeted 90 billion for Islamic pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia. And what do they go there to benefit? They don't benefit anything. They come back worse off, more wicked, more evil, and more nepotistic. So, and you know what? All these things that happen that people go to, there are more religious tourist attractions in Africa. In Ethiopia alone, the world does not go there to boost the economy of Ethiopia. Yes. Do you know that Queen Sheba was buried somewhere in the southwest of Nigeria? Yes, Queen Sheba that you hear about in the Bible. Yes, Queen Sheba that Solomon had an affair with, right? Recorded in the Bible. She was buried somewhere, somewhere in the southwest of Nigeria. So what kind of attraction could have been better than that? We are stupid people. So Donald Trump did what we could not do. And let me read how he described the experience. You know, Donald Trump is going to make it look so beautiful. Yeah, let me read to you what he said, how he described it. Yes, he described the bombing. Let me see here. Okay, let's see. As a U.S. launches powerful strikes against Islamic State in Nigeria, says Trump. Okay, let's go to the news here. Let's go. Just be patient. I'm going to read this. I have come to, God have mercy. All right. U.S. launches deadly strikes against Islamic State in Nigeria, says Trump. All right, come on now. Don't do this. All right. Now, here. President Donald Trump has said the U.S. launched a powerful and deadly strike against the Islamic State ISIS group in the northwestern Nigeria. The U.S. leader described ISIS as a terrorist scum, accusing the group of targeting and viciously. Uh, okay, he said the U.S. leader described the ISIS as a terrorist scum, accusing the group of targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians. Trump said the U.S. military executed numerous perfect strikes, while the U.S. Africa Command, AFRICOM, later that reported that Thursday's attack was carried out in coordination with Nigeria in Sokoto State, Nigeria. Well, yeah, they're going to make it look nice. Nigerian Foreign Minister, another idiot, Yusuf Maitama Tugar. Yeah, he's a full animal. Yes, stupid. All of them. Now, a few weeks ago, he was saying something else. America has power. Yes, America has power. He said, the Nigerian Foreign Minister, Yusuf Maitama Tugar, said, told the BBC, it was a joint operation of what? Targeting terrorists. And that it has nothing to do with a particular religion. Thank you very much. Liars. You see, when they see firepower, that's what they need. These people need iron hand. They don't, they said they were negotiating with them. You negotiate with terrorists? Are you mad? Bola Ahmed Tinubu was giving them money. He was paying them ransom. He was paying them money. He was paying their salary. He was bribing them. All right? You know what? Nigeria, as it stands right now, is in a dire need of a compelling regime change and the dismantling of its current political system and liquidating the current corrupt and morally bankrupt political class, populated by criminals and rogues, terrorists, bandits at all levels and in every sector. We need to do this so that the country can be reset. Yes, this has to happen. The voting in Nigeria is not going to cut it. These people have to be run out of the country for anything serious to take place in Nigeria. He said, without naming ISIS specifically, Tuga said the operation had been planned for quite some time now. It's a lie and had used intelligence information provided by the Nigerian side. Liar, 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 liar. Yes, the minister did not rule out further strikes, adding that this depended on the decision to be taken by the leadership of the two countries. Stupid idiots, 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 idiots. In his post on Truth Social late on Thursday, Trump said that under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. They should not. All of them should die, and all their masterminds should die. In November, Trump ordered the U.S. military to prepare for action in Nigeria to tackle Islamist militant groups. He did not say the time, at the time which the killing he was referring to, but claims of a genocide against Nigerian Christians have been circulating in recent months in some right-wing U.S. circles. Meanwhile, the U.S. Defense Secretary Peter Hegseth said on Thursday he was grateful for Nigerian government support and cooperation. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Thank you. The U.S. Department of Defense later posted an unclassified short video that appeared to show a missile being launched from a military vessel. On Friday morning, the Nigerian Foreign Ministry said in a statement that the country's authorities remain engaged in structured security cooperation with international partners, including the United States of America, in addressing the persistent threat of terrorist and violent religious extremism. This has led to precision hits on terrorist targets in Nigeria by airstrikes in the northwest, the statement said. Groups monitoring violence say there is no evidence to suggest Christians are being killed. They are going to say whatever they want to say, more than Muslims. Yes, both parties are being killed, which roughly evenly divided between the followers of the two religions. It's not about religion. It's about the country. It's about the citizens. Yes, it's about the citizens. An advisor to the Nigerian president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, fake president, told BBC at the time that any military action against the jihadist group should be carried out insurgents, but noted that it was a sovereign country. Which sovereign? Where is sovereign about Nigeria? Arab jihadists come into Nigeria to destroy Nigeria. You are telling me about sovereign. What is them fucking sovereign about Nigeria? Ain't nothing sovereign. Ain't nothing territorial in Nigeria. Nigeria is about to be a lost cause. Yes, unless the people of Nigeria now wake up to understand that these criminals don't mean well for the country. They don't mean well for the people of the country. Yes, President Rogue President Tinubu had insisted there's religious tolerance in the country. Liar, stupid drug dealer, yes. And said that the security challenges were affecting peoples across states and regions. Trump earlier announced that he had declared Nigeria a country of particular concern because of the existential threat posed to its Christian population. He said thousands had been killed without providing any evidence. I don't care. This is the designation. used by the US State Department that provides for sanctions against countries engaged in severe violations of religious freedom. Following the announcement, Tinubu said his government was committed to working with the US and international community to protect communities of all faiths. Lying drug dealer. Yes, the jihadist groups such as Boko Haram and Islamic State of West Africa province have wrought havoc in the northeastern Nigeria for more than a decade, killing thousands of people. However, most of these have been Muslims. Yes, that is true. According to the ACLED, a group which analyzes political violence around the world. In central Nigeria, there are always also frequent clashes between Muslim headers groups. No, it's not about it's jihadists who want to destroy Nigeria, who want to take over Nigeria. They will come into your farm and destroy it and expect no reaction. And when you raise your finger, they give you a bullet. They are thieves. Who is doing open grazing anymore anywhere on earth except in Nigeria? These people are resistant to change. We are in the 21st century. How dare you be practicing what we were practicing in the 13th century in the 21st century? A century where cattle are raised in ranches. They sell their meat or whatever they sell. They are not doing it for free to anybody. They don't want to invest to improve their business. You know, the stupid government of Nigeria went as far as wanting to go to Brazil to import grass for them, to buy them grass. Why should I be buying you grass? You are raising your cattle for sale purely for economics. You are not doing any charity work. Why should my government be paying you money, buying you grass, and then you turn around and sell the meat? I've told Nigerians, do you have to eat meat? I don't eat meat. Yes, I don't. If you want to eat, raise your goats because you are lazy. Raise your goats, cripple their economy, and they will find a way to end this madness. But it is over. No more open grazing in Nigeria. So if you don't want to own your ranch, you better not bring your damn cattle to anywhere near my place. We are going to tell our people who to buy rodent food. When a rodent comes into your farm, you can use your anti-rodent medicine to cure it. So maybe that's where we are headed right now. These people are so intolerant, so resistant to change, so obnoxious, so savage, so inhuman and insensitive, so irresponsible. They come with the power of their corrupt elites in politics. Yes, they hold our country hostage. No more deal. Thank you, Donald Trump. Yes, thank you, Donald Trump. Yes, thank you, Donald Trump, on this. Thank you. So whoever is going to cry in Nigeria, crying in territorial integrity, fuck you. You are crazy because you refuse to fight. If everybody was standing up against this people, telling them you can't do this in our country, you understand that you have a responsibility to protect Nigeria, but you refuse to do it. Now somebody else is doing it, maybe at a higher cost to you. Yes, all of us will be ready to pay the cost. Yes, bombs are not free. The aviation fuel is not free. The people who fly those planes put their lives on the line. They are somebody's children. If anything happens to them, that's the end of their life. So we must be ready to make that investment, to pay for it, and so that we will learn to love our country. We learn to protect our country. We learn to produce things by ourselves. So if that is the thing, that the lesson we are going to take away from this, let us take it away. We cry oppression, oppression, white man oppressed, but we oppress ourselves more. What have we done since the then colonial masters left? We still go to take permission from them because we have learning problems. And just because and you are crying territorial to be. Leadership is it provide? What kind of innovation is it going to provide? This is where we are stuck. We see the good people. You tell them that they don't have no money. Oh, when I came to run for Senate, what did you tell me? Nigerians, what did they tell me? They told me to go back to my country, go back to the United States. That is your country. You can't do things the way you guys do it in the US. This is Nigeria. Even though Nigeria is in darkness, can you imagine a country that has been in darkness since the past over 50 years? Yes, 50 years. 65 years of independence, for over 50 years, Nigeria cannot generate and distribute enough electricity to power the country. Yes. Is it not shameful? You are telling me territorial integrity. You are a fool. You are foolish. We are all foolish. So, yeah, you're preparing for another election. You are stupid. Why should we be prepared? We need to wake up now and drive Bola Ahmed Tinubu out of power. Not just driving him because it's a small part of the problem. Dismantle the Nigerian system and destroy the political class populated by criminals. All criminals, all criminals, not one. Nobody goes into Nigeria to want to lead Nigeria because he wants to do any good. Politics is the highest paying business in Nigeria. Thieves, all of them thieves, all thieves. All of them needs to be assembled and executed summarily. They are thieves. They don't mean good for the country. How can a people decide to put people who will ruin their country in power and expect that their country is going to be like Dubai? Yes, they put our young children through hell, that we make them travel on foot for over 1,000 miles across the hot Sahara Desert to get to Libya, where they are traded like commodities. And when they are able to leave, they go into raft boats across the wild Mediterranean. Over 500,000 Nigerians have been drowned. Young Nigerians have been drowned in the Mediterranean. And then when they go to Europe, especially Italy, what do? They are locked up in concentration camps because they can't walk. They are beggars on the streets. Some of them will go to Austria. What do? They start selling drugs. To Germany, the Germans will be harassing them. You know how many times the Italian authority, I was always in touch with them because of what happened in my hometown. They will call me to verify identities of people. I would say, give them green card. Yes, they did that for years with me. Yes, Italy. So why should our country be the way it is? Nigeria is a disgrace to the whole of Africa and the black race. Nigeria is supposed to be the beacon of hope for the African people, for the black man. Look at what we did to our country. We destroyed the country. We destroyed our country. And we still can't learn anything. Ordinary to come together, you tell me you're Yoruba man, you're an Igbo man, you're an Hausa man, you are a full animal. And then most painfully, the Fulani minority has held Nigeria hostage for 65 years. Where does that happen? One young Fulani boy sent me a message the other day, warning me about what I'm doing. Yes. He told me, we are Fulanis. We have been ruling Nigeria. We will continue to rule Nigeria. We are like the Tutsis of Rwanda. You know what that means? Yes, if you're a Nigerian youth watching me right now, you know what it takes. When somebody tells you that we are Tutsis, they are the Tutsis of Rwanda and Nigeria. Yes, they are Tutsis. So which means they are genocidal. And that is what they are doing in Nigeria. So why do they cry? You see, the past few days, the past few weeks, what the Fulani elites have been doing, Gumi will run his mouth. He will open his mouth to challenge a minister of defense that if he continues doing what he's doing, they will wipe out his entire family. Yes. And nobody touches him. The Nigerian police is silent. The Nigerian DSS is silent. The Nigerian army is silent. The rogue president of Nigeria is silent because he's part of it, because they were the ones who brought him to power. So everybody is silent. And they are killing our people in the whole thing. Our people have no respite, nowhere. As I'm speaking right now, majority of us who are speaking out from diaspora, a lot of time we run out of money supporting people at home, sending money to them to eat because they can't go to their farms. Yes, they can't go to their farms. They can't go anywhere. You go to your farm, they kidnap you. You go to your farm, you're a woman, they rape you. They have killed so many Nigerians. And they say we have a government. What type of government do we have? Donald Trump, truly, thank you very much. But we need more action because Nigerians cannot do it. They can't. They have given up. Maybe this is going to be a boost that they will need. Nigerians can't open their mouth at home. The few that open their mouth, you open your mouth, you are missing the next day. Yes. You see what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu, right? These people they say Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. They call him a monster. They created him. Now they are radicalizing me. I was a moderate. Yes, they are radicalizing me. Because now you don't even, there's no way out but to be radical, to fight, to think about crazy things, about dismantling them. So that's what they did to Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is not a bad person. He was not. Some years ago, Nnamdi Kanu was working on the side of the Nigerian government. Yes, I know that. I used to challenge him. Why are you supporting this stupid government? He was a man of peace. If you like, go search what he did before he changed his mind about Nigeria. He was always advocating for Nigeria until he found out the injustice Nigeria represents. And then they started hounding him. They labeled him terrorist. They went to UK, yes, to Kenya, where he was. I don't know. And they kidnapped him, brought him to Nigeria, all right, put him through trial. They couldn't try him. They didn't find any ground to jail him until one idiot they called Justice of Motesho came and then brought charges out of what were originally charged against him to charge shamelessly. And that guy is supposed to be in jail for what he did. Yes. Yes. That is what it is. They made Nnamdi Kanu. All right? And they are going to make worse Nnamdi Kanu unless that system is dismantled. Nigeria is a beautiful country, but in the hands of unjust people. Unjust people are holding the country hostage. We can't get justice in Nigeria. Young people graduate from universities, hoping that they will get jobs. It's only in Nigeria you see a young Nigerian who graduated with a degree in engineering. Yes. It's only in Nigeria that you see a medical doctor who just graduated from the university. He's looking for a job. Yes, he's looking for jobs. But here in the United States, if you are studying engineering, by the time before you leave school, you have gotten a job. You have gotten a job. If you are a medical student here, before you leave school, you have gotten a job. Yes. Harrison, I don't tell people what they want to hear at all times. I tell the truth. Sometimes the truth may hit you hard. Yes. So that's just the thing. But my job is to speak it the way it is. All right? So it depends. Whatever you want, you can take. That's fine. But some other persons will benefit from the other side that you do not like. It depends on where you stand in the whole thing. Do you love Nigeria the way it is? You like Nigeria? the way it is? Who loves, who wants to be in hell? Nigeria is hell on earth. So let us thank Donald Trump and the United States. Don't forget about, let's, when we finish this and then we go back and reset the country, then we can be talking about territorial integrity and sovereignty. So the sovereignty now will be holy because it will be built on righteousness. Nigeria was built on injustice. That is why nothing will work until we come to the pathway of justice. If you are a young person who left school yesterday, you you applied for a job, the job you are qualified, very eminently qualified, but because you have nobody to speak for you, you can't get that job. They will bring one idiot who doesn't know anything. They put him on that job. And then while on that job, he messes up everything. So Nigeria cannot be good that way. Harrison, you cannot tell me what to talk. If you have sense, you will listen to me to hear how Nnamdi Kanu's case came here. All right? So if you have sense, because you have to purge your heart of hate. Remove hate. I don't care where you are. How old are you? You are in the same country, but I am a Nigerian too. Are you more Nigerian than I am? Are you more Nigerian than I am? You better just be quiet if you don't want to have anything to say. Listen carefully until I speak the one that benefits you. So that's why you are annoying me. That is why I'm talking to you that way. All right? No, my job is not to beg you. My job is to tell you the truth. We are past the stage of begging. Nigerian youths don't listen to appeal. They need the truth, hard truth. Why are you quiet as your country is being destroyed? Right? Why are you quiet as your country is being destroyed? American young people, they challenge their system. They rise up. They don't sell their votes. American young people don't sell their votes. Nigerian young people sell their votes. Burkina Faso youths, you see them? They are waking up. Malian youths, are you seeing them? They are waking up. Senegalese youths, did you see them? What they did? Their youth leader was put in prison. They told the country that if they don't release him, there will be no election. They released Faye and Sanko. Only 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks they had to campaign. 2 weeks was all that they had. They defeated the incumbent president. They did not sell their votes. Right? They did not sell their vote. So, young Nigerians, purge yourself. You know why I'm hard sometimes on you? Because I don't talk to them now plenty more can they hear what? And I know they hear. I have children who are youths. Yes, I have children who are youths. I talk to them. When they don't listen to me, I get hard on them. That does not mean I don't love them. But when we realize, we come down and sit down and say, hey, Dad, why did you say things like that? I tell them why. Because you are frustrating me. You need to listen. I'll give you point by point where I am getting to and why I am taking that route. We see the reasons, and then things are all right. The worst thing you can do for real, and I hope we all learn this lesson right now. If Nigeria survives this year, survives next year, or really, if Nigeria survives next year, may God help Nigeria. But that the survival of Nigeria is in our hands. And you know what? Why it is so important for the young people of Nigeria to wake up? When anything happens to Nigeria, it is you. It is you, whether you like it or not. At that time, you are going to be the one carrying the guns. All right? Even those people who are shouting, who are running away now today, They will be the ones at the front because you are at the most risk. The country is supposed to be yours. And that is why you must stand up. If you know you are a citizen of a country, apart from your basic human rights, which I will tell you, I always say that whenever I broadcast. One, your right to your life. You have a right to your life. Nobody has a right to destroy your life or put you in danger to destroy your life, whether it's a leader or it's anything. Two, right to choice. You have a right to choice. You have a right to freedom of responsible expression. Voice out when you see anything going wrong around you. There's nothing. It doesn't matter who is responsible for it. If I'm your brother, I am the one doing something wrong. Tell me. Open your mouth. I may not listen at the time, but you would have done yourself good by opening up to say something than keeping quiet. Because I'm your brother, I am from your tribe, I will go worship the same God, you should keep quiet. No, any tribe that does that is not a good tribe. That is where the Fulanis have a lot of problems. They see their men, their people doing wrong. They keep quiet over it. They say Fulanis don't fight one another. They don't fight one another at our own detriment. We are in the same country with them. So we suffer from their nepotism. They have no right to be so nepotistic to the extent of putting all of us in danger. We have that problem. Do you see them? They are coming out to defend the killing of our people. Yes. Um, um, Harrison, one more time, you don't have to be here. If you continue to disrespect me, I will kick you out of here. I'm not going to tell you what you want to listen to, and you cannot distract me. You cannot take charge. This is my studio. This is my show. Yes. So be quiet. One more warning. The next time I hear anything from you, I'm gonna leave. I'll kick you out of here. You don't have to be here. We are here not to joke. We are here to do something. You hate Nnamdi Kanu, that's your problem. I don't hate him. As far as I'm concerned, he's a freedom fighter. He's not a terrorist. All right? I have my own personal grievance with him. But that does not mean that when I see the truth about him, I will not say it. I have very many times openly challenged him long before this time. But majority of what he has said are truth, or is truth, incontrovertible truth. Even those who hated him before are now turning around to see the truth about what he has been saying. So please, please, if you hate him, that's your problem. I don't hate him and I don't hate anybody. I don't even hate the Fulanis. I'm disgusted by their attitude, the attitude of their elites, who think that they own Nigeria and that they can run Nigeria aground because of all of us keep quiet. Whether or not fear with the fear, I don't even know. But now that has to end. We have to tell them that they are a minority in Nigeria. We have to tell them that they don't own Nigeria. And we have to tell them that their ancestors were visitors to Nigeria. We are the original owners of Nigeria. We are the indigenous people of Nigeria. Are you hearing what the Hausa people are telling them now? The Hausa people don't want to be under their rule anymore. They have opened their eyes. They have seen the light. And now they are fighting for their rights. They are fighting for their lives. They are fighting for their history. They want to take over control of their land. So are you hearing that? So this is the reason why all of us must come together. For this single reason. Am I not living in the United States? You know how many countries are represented here? All the countries of the earth are here in the US. Every country in the world is here. Do you see, have you ever heard that Muslims are killing people here in the United States? And if they try, anybody who tries any violent thing, it takes maximum 72 hours. You are caught. And when they catch you, you will face justice, regardless of who you are. wherever you come from and what you worship. But in Nigeria, is that the case? In Nigeria, somebody will come and take a trailer load of children. The police will be watching them, taking them away, and nobody does anything. Okay, Kerry, you are from Florida. All right, all right. I'm from Houston. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you guys. Yes, let me go back to this. A lot of statements, a lot of comments here. Thank you for taking your time to join this broadcast. Today, it's 12:53 a.m. here now. That's 26th of December. Yesterday, I was really down before I got the news of the airstrike. I knew that these airstrikes were coming. Yes, I knew that they were coming. But when they were going to come was the question. Yes, and I want to see more action. I want to see action directed against those who are masterminding these young people in the bush. We know them. We have called their names. Okay, thank you, my friend. Thank you, I say enjoy. I enjoy people who stand up for justice and God's children. Thank you very much. God bless you, man. Yes, the people who mastermind them. If the war will not end until we'll arrest Saad Abubakar, the fake Sultan of Sokoto, until we arrest and remove Gumi. All right? El Rufai. All right? Professor Yusuf. All those who come out to speak on behalf of these criminals, destroying lives and property, and then calling them freedom fighters. They need to be taken to Guantanamo Bay. And I will want to see America put its boots on the ground in Nigeria. Yes, yes, on humanitarian ground, hoping that the country will be the same after. Nigeria needs a hard reset. So any person who thinks otherwise, you're on your own. And it's happening like that because we, the people of Nigeria, refuse to do what we are supposed to do long before now because of our tribalism, because of our religious nationalism, because of our fear. Long before now, this problem would have been solved. When they bombed the United Nations building in 2011, the ICC came to Nigeria. Yeah, Mr. Ocampo came to Nigeria in anger and told President Jonathan Goodluck, give us the names of those who are masterminding terrorism in Nigeria and leave. Just we take care of the rest. Jonathan Goodluck did not give them any list. Instead, he told them that it was a domestic issue that Nigeria could handle it. Have we handled it now? And then when he was removed from office, people were crying. If I tell you one thing, Jonathan Goodluck was responsible for putting Nigeria in this mess. It is. All he needed to do was hand over the list to them. He knew them. Hand over. You can hand over the list to them and pretend like you didn't know. Hand over the list to them. They did it in Sudan. They did it to Omar Bashir, the former president of Sudan. He was killing innocent people in Darfur. Stop, he won't stop. Stop, he won't stop. Until the ICC moved in. They clipped his wings. They declared him wanted all over the world. He could not fly anywhere anymore. He could not leave his country. Because if he left anywhere he went, they will arrest him. That was where he was until he was overthrown. If you saw a few years ago when they drove in through the streets of Khartoum, everybody was stoning him. That was former president of Sudan, President Omar Bashir. And who did that to him? It was ICC. Yes. Nigeria had an opportunity to do the same thing to the terrorists killing Nigerians. Jonathan Goodluck stopped because of his greed for power. The Fulani criminals that call themselves Northern leaders. When you hear Northern leaders, don't blame the North because we have this this tradition of blaming the North of what is happening to Nigeria. No, 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 no. The North did not do Nigeria anything. The people who have been harming Nigeria are the Fulanis and their accomplices. Fulani elites and their accomplices from the Southwest, especially the Southwest, and some Igbo scavengers and other petty thieves from around Nigeria. They were the one. They have been the one harming Nigeria. So when you blame the North, you are blaming an Igala man who has never had any access to power. You are blaming an Idoma man who does not know anything. You are blaming the TV people who are being murdered every day. You are blaming the Angas people. You are blaming the Jukuns. No, you are not being fair. The Fulani elites commit crimes and call themselves Northerners. If you look at those who say they are Northern leaders, check all of them. They are all 90% are Fulanis. But they commit crimes, use the name of the North, and nobody calls them out for who they are. So let's stop. Let's stop. Yes. Let's stop. Let's not blame the North anymore. Blame the Fulanis. They are responsible for what is destroying our country. We have to stop them. They are a minority. We must stop them. We must stop allowing Fulani elites to lead Nigeria. They have nothing to give in leadership. All they come to do is to destroy the country. Don't you see? 10 out of 13 heads of state that have ruled Nigeria are Fulanis, or some people who have something to do with Fulanis. 10 out of 13. All right? You want us to start? I will not put Tafawa Balewa. He was a good man. I won't blame him. All right? Okay. Let's start from Gowon. Gowon had to change his name to Yakubu. His name is Jacob. He changed his name to Yakubu in order to fit in. All right? He came in the Northern agenda driven by Fulanis. Gowon left Murtala Mohammed. All right? Murtala Mohammed came. All right? Then after Murtala Mohammed was murdered, that criminal, he was a killer too. He was a war criminal. He was the one who killed all Asaba men during the genocide. All right? But he paid for his wickedness. Murtala Mohammed. Then after Murtala Mohammed came Obasanjo. Obasanjo was their boy. All right? He can as well pass for Fulani because he was doing everything that he needed to do. All right? After Obasanjo, Shehu Shagari. Shehu Shagari, right? Then after Shehu Shagari was Fulani. After Shehu Shagari was who? Um, Muhammadu Buhari. Fulani. Fulani from Niger. He was Niger. His father is from Niger, not a Nigerian. See, he ate Nigerian food, went to Nigerian military school. Nigeria fed him, did everything for him. And he became a foreigner, became president, head of state of Nigeria. He rose to the rank of Major General. It's Fulani, all right? Then after him, Babangida. Babangida, he's not Fulani, but he had to associate himself to be a Fulani, all right? Northerner, all right? Okay, then after that, Abacha. Abacha, they are the same thing. Abacha is Kanuri, okay? But that's what they have to be associate Fulanis, right? Then after Abacha, who? Shonekon came 3 weeks. Okay, no. Before it was Babangida that put Shonekon. Abacha knocked him out. All right? Then after Abacha, Obasanjo came back again. Obasanjo came back. And then after Obasanjo, who came? Yaradua, Fulani, right? Yaradua was a good man. He was not the type of stupid Fulani. All right? Then Jonathan Goodluck, God awarded him Nigeria to fix. God just gave Nigeria to Jonathan Goodluck on a platter of gold. God said, Jonathan, take this country, fix it. Instead of focusing on working on Nigeria, he got himself trapped again in Fulani business. Yes. You know what they told him to do? He served out Jonathan Yaradua's two term. Okay, you know how he became president? They didn't want him after Yaradua died. We forced the Nigerian people from Houston, from America. That's where the pressure came from. Yes. Yeah. So when you talk to people, just you don't know who you are talking to. We forced Nigeria. We put a lot of pressure. Before Dora Akuyili made that statement she made in their executive council. And then David Mark, who was Senate president then, was his arm was twisted. He had no choice than to stop. He didn't want Jonathan Goodluck. David Mark never wanted him to be president. We forced him. That's when he said they use doctrine of necessity. Have the president, when the president died, the vice takes over to become president. Into the with them. Yes. That was forced them. Jonathan became president. He served out Yaradua's two terms. And then we put another pressure. He was elected on his own to be president of Nigeria. That's a 4 plus 2, 6 years. Any serious president, 6 years, any serious president who was desirous of doing anything good for his country would have used that 6 years to do something. So the 4 years that he was given now, the one that they voted for him, he did nothing. He could not even do anything for his O2OK people in River State. He couldn't do anything to address the Niger Delta issue. Nothing. He couldn't build one road. He was busy smiling like a clown. They gave him a Fulani man, Dasuki, as a national security advisor. That one was killing him. He opened the treasury for our people of Nigeria, for Fulanis and the people in PDP to destroy. And then they came, Fulani elders. They call themselves Northern elders. If you're a young person, listen very carefully to this history, because you will not find it in any textbook. They came. The National Population Commission chairman was Dr. Festus Odomegu. That man was the former managing director of Nigerian Breweries. He was a scientist. He came with a mission to accomplish something. He wanted to count Nigeria using science, unlike what we have been used to. He mapped out Nigeria for biometric counting, biometric sensors, the first in Africa, if not the world. So you use your fingerprint so that when you register your print, say, I am a Nigerian, it stays with you forever. So what does it do? It's good for strategic national planning. We know how many Nigerians we have. So when we are making a budget, we know how to allocate budget to every Nigerian. You know, every American here, like me, including me, I have a budgetary allocation because America knows that I exist. America knows where I live. How do you know that your country know where you live? Let me digress a little bit. During COVID-19, every American who was documented here legally received money. You see, check. You did not apply for it. You just go to the post office. Your check came. I got up to 10,000 US dollars from American government, my government here. I did not go line up. I did not go to any office to apply for it. They know me. They know where I live. They know my address. Are you listening here, Nigerians? This is not a joke. They wrote a check from the Department of Treasury. Sent it to me, sent it to millions of Americans. The population of America is about 220 or maybe 300 million now. So that check went around every American household. Yes. 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 I will answer your question, Jeremy. Yes. The government of America sent me 10,000 US dollars. And during that COVID time, when people were hungry, the America know the importance of the ordinary people. That when the ordinary people are not fed, there will be trouble in the country. They established food distribution centers all across the whole place. Churches were giving food, government was giving food. You go to a place, if you are driving, you will just park your car. Some people will open your trunk and park your car full of food. Yes, I am telling you, it happened. This is not a joke. That is a government that works. Now, who makes government work? The people. Who makes government work? People who love their country and love their people. They don't want their people to suffer. I am not saying there are no corrupt people in America. There are. But do it, don't be caught. Because if you are caught, you are going in. It doesn't matter who you are. It don't matter whether you are Sultan or anything. Thank God we don't have Sultan, no traditional ruler here. I think that's why it is easier here. Nobody worship too many gods here. So that's how it works here. Now let's flip it on the other side. Nigerian government. Government of criminals. They will put everything in their pocket and leave you to starve to death. And every 4 years, they come and tell you to vote for them. And you're lying behind them. You say, it's my man. It's my hometown's man. It's my, it's my church member. It's my religious member. It's my tribe's man. It's my this. It's my that. You give him vote. He doesn't give a damn for you, about you. Everything that is supposed to be for you, he puts in his pocket. He trains his children, take them abroad, and you are there struggling and scratching through life. Now, after you hear me now, I hope I am reaching some people. Really, you have a right as citizens of Nigeria to question your leaders. Your leaders are not gods that they make themselves. You help them make themselves look like they are gods. So that is why when I talk to them, I don't blink. And that's why they will say that I am rude, I am arrogant. I am rude and I'm arrogant because I know my right. Bola Tinubu cannot intimidate me. He cannot treat me like a boy. I am not his son. He can't be my father. He's only positioned to be somewhere. That does not make him my headmaster. If we say we have a democracy, I have a right to hold him accountable. Beyond that, he's a criminal. I know that he is. His records are there for me to show him that he's a criminal. He's not a good leader because he doesn't have what it takes to lead a people. The same thing is with all the politicians leading Nigeria. They are morally bankrupt. They are intellectually bereft. They don't know anything about leading anybody. So that is why they are leading you like animals. And you keep quiet as if they are your primary school teachers. The last time I remember was 1972 that I had a headmaster, Mr. Okala, who would tell me, Ida Anuife. We'll be laughing and stuff like that. But because I was a child at the time. But once you turn 18, you are no longer a child. Nobody should treat you like a child if you respect yourself and you know your rights. Because Nigerians don't know their rights. That is why it is easy for politicians to do what they do to them. Now I am telling you now, wake up. Stop being afraid. You don't have to be afraid of them. Why are you afraid of? Do you fear your fathers in the house? Yes. Are you afraid of your father? I don't raise my children for them to be scared of me. They are not scared of me. They talk to me. We sit down and talk. We argue things. Yes. Are you afraid of your father? You who is not afraid of your father, why should you be afraid of another person? You are colleagues. He's your co-citizen. He chose to be a politician and he sought your vote. And perhaps he was given the vote or he got it through hook or crook. And he's there. He's not a god to you. When you see he's living more than outside above his means, you have a right to question him. You have a right to know how much they are paid and then match it against the lifestyle that they live and the kind of life their children live. How do they get all this money to send their children abroad and they cannot send you somewhere? All right? Those are your rights. That is why America is different. As you see, as Donald Trump is, he cannot come and push American children up and down. No, they're going to challenge him. They challenge him. That is why when you hear during elections, the campaigns here are held mostly in university campuses. They speak to the future. They speak to tomorrow. They inspire them. But what did Nigerians do? You worship them. The way Agbada, look at the other day, Akpabio had his 60th birthday. He took over a whole stadium. Thousands of people came there to celebrate a criminal for a plate of rice. Is he? Do you see American leaders celebrating birthdays in stadiums here? Have you ever seen it? It can't happen. He can't even afford it. American politicians, yes, all those high-ranking senators, a lot of them drive themselves. They don't have personal drivers. They have no need for it unless really he needs it. Unless he needs it. The police is there for everybody. Everybody is equally protected. If like I'm talking to you now, anything happens here, maybe I fall sick right now as I'm speaking, there's a number I will press. That's all. You will go to the emergency services. The nearest one will come here. The same thing with police. Everybody, you see, do I need a personal bodyguard here? But in Nigeria, one man has all the police officers guiding him, but nobody is guiding you. That is why criminals are able to come into a community, do whatever they like, and nobody is able to hold them. Nigerians, open your ears. Nigeria is a very rich country. Nigeria is not a poor country. Your politicians made the country poor. Your politicians and you made the country poor. You keep them quiet as they are destroying your country. They neglect schools. They make budgets for the schools, put the budgets in their pocket, and expect people like me to come and fund education in Nigeria after they have taken the money. And everybody keeps quiet. It's okay. That is why everybody aspires to be a politician, to go and steal. All right? It is sad. So the action today or yesterday by the United States is very, very justified. The only thing I don't want to hear is Nigeria trying to take credit for it, that they are collaborating with them. America was just nice, being nice. Because if I remember what I know about what happened sometime about 3 years ago in Sokoto, when some terrorists seized some Americans and then took them to Sokoto, America did not tell Nigeria that they were coming. They came and rescued all those Americans that they had hostage and killed all the terrorists. And Nigeria was sleeping. Buhari didn't even know what was going on. America has finished and they made an announcement that they rescued their people in there. If I come to Nigeria and say I come in the name of America, you come and say you want to kidnap me, unless they don't know. You are crazy. Yeah, so they will come. They will come for one person. One. That's how they value Americans. We can have that government. Who cares for Nigerians? We can have that set of people who truly care about Nigeria and the Nigerian people. And Nigeria will be a great country. Nigeria has everything. even have more than America in terms of natural and mineral resources. The enormous resources Nigeria has, if not for mismanagement, can power the whole of Africa. Yes, Nigerians are very dubious for the most part. Those who lead Nigeria are very wicked, very, very corrupt. And they have corrupted our younger people. All they know is to do corrupt things because they are looking up to the wrong people for leadership that they don't have. You know the impact of having a drug dealer as president of Nigeria? He has no moral platform to stand up to lead anybody. So now he's a drug dealer. So a young person who is looking at him like, okay, you're a drug dealer, so you don't want me to be a drug dealer. Are you crazy? Can you imagine the vice president of Nigeria is a terrorist? On what ground is he going to have to stand up to criticize terrorists or fight terrorism? He can't. That is why we have been losing that war on terrorism. You see, a minister of defense, Bello Matawale, is a bandit, governor of Zamfara State for 8 years. He built a house and quartered bandits. He was financially supporting them and buying them operational vehicles with which they were kidnapping our people and raping our women because of the money he's getting from bloody gold. And he allowed Chinese to be funding terrorist groups inside Nigeria. Because you don't know your rights. Now you from the Niger Delta, let me go back to there. Niger Delta. Your oil has built the whole of Nigeria, but did not build your region. Saad Abubakar, that criminal they call Sultan of Sokoto, has oil block in your Niger Delta. Now they discovered gold in Zamfara. Ask your father if he has gold deposit or block of gold in Zamfara. He cannot access it. He can't go there. That is why they created terrorism around the gold there. You think it's stupid? You don't understand what's going on. Yes. But in Niger Delta, they built NMPC to manage the Nigerian oil. But they discovered gold. The amount of gold they discovered in Zamfara is much more than what is in Ghana that drives the Ghanaian economy, the whole country's economy. So imagine if they are allowing that to flow into the pocket of Nigeria, how many jobs they will create, and why that will make Nigerians to stay at home and not go to Libya anymore. These people house Fulani element criminals. They are rogues. They are the chains holding Nigeria. So this is why you must go back now to your various constituencies to start asking your representative questions. Why they have not armed you to fight back the Fulanis who come to torment your areas. Because the Fulanis who are doing these things, who arm all those boys, they are the Fulanis in the political class. A lot of them are in the National Assembly. Yes, so many of them are in the Senate. So many of them are in the House of Representatives. Some of them are ministers. Some of them are holding political offices. They steal money like your representatives steal, but they give up part of their money to buy arms and ammunition for young Fulanis that they put in the bush to blackmail Nigeria, to seize territories one after the other. So that at the end of the day, in line with what their bloody uh, grandfather Osman Danfodio told them, that they should take over Nigeria until they get to the Atlantic Ocean. That is their generational mission. You think it is a joke? Nigeria is at war. That is why America has come. Whether they are for real or not, well, we have to shove it down our throat because we refused to build our country. We refused to be a serious people. We refused to be true nationalists. We refuse to unite against the evil and darkness in our country. We are the ones who elect the worst among us to be our leaders at the expense of electing the good ones who loves our country and those who love us. Can you imagine putting a criminal in power? And can you imagine putting a good man who truly loves Nigeria in power? And then he's selfless. He knows what he's doing. He gradually put things together. He creates access to opportunity for you, no matter how small it is, with the hope that you will advance wherever you are in your position. There's no need for taking bribe. There is no need. Everybody lives, according to his size, and then things start growing, getting better. The country continues to grow and expand. That's how countries are built. That was how Dubai was built. 40 years ago, Dubai was a barren land. It takes leadership and conscious followership. Now, I want to blow your mind. Just like Nigeria, America was a British colony. Yes, America was a British colony. America was a British colony. After some years, Americans decided to say, no, we are not going to be paying taxes to Britain, that little country that call itself great. They decided to withdraw themselves from British colonialism. Today, where's America? America is the most powerful country on earth. God did not come down to give it to them. They worked. Nigerians must work. Nigerians are not working. We are lazy. We pray, 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 pray. Prayer does not do anything unless you act. Americans fought a bitter civil war until they got free and then started building. America is a superpower. America now tells Britain what to do. Anything Britain is doing that America does not put its hand, they can't do it. America protects Britain. America protects Germany. Yes, that is a superpower. You see, only a superpower can do what America did in Nigeria and got away with it, whether it's for the right or wrong reason. They will go into any country and invade it because they have the muscle to do it. Nigeria was fashioned to be like America in Africa, but corruption killed Nigeria. Corruption ripped Nigeria off. Corrupt men that we put in power because of our tribalism and nepotism, religious nationalism. The people who eat up their country and destroy it. They don't care about the future. They don't care about the next generation. Are you going to continue to follow them? This is a choice you must make. And this is the reason why I'm making this. It's a lot of comments here. I don't know how many I'm going to read. It's 1:26. I'm getting tired. 1:26 a.m. But I'm going to try to read some. Yes. My greatest challenge is the young people in Nigeria. If we can save the young people of Nigeria, we will save Nigeria. We can save the young people in Nigeria from the north, south, east, and west, we will save Nigeria. If we can save some young Fulanis who allow their elites arm them and put them in the forest when their own children are in Saudi Arabia, their children are in United Arab Emirates, their children are here in the United States, some are in Britain, some are in Germany, we will save Nigeria. Those people, the young Fulanis, I don't think they ask their leaders any questions. They don't. Because there's no reason, I don't understand the rationale behind some people living inside the forest in the 21st century. Something is not right. And I hope they will start asking themselves questions. Man, it's a lot. How many am I going to read? Let me see here. Oh my God. Okay, let me just see here. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. He said, okay, Kerry said Trump is attacking the devil. I believe you. I believe you, man. He's attacking the Satan in Nigeria. Yes. Why are they killing Christians? They hate anything that is not there like them. And they are the only ones doing that. The Muslims in other parts of Nigeria don't do that. They are not barbaric. You go to Yoruba land in the southwest of Nigeria, you see a family. Father is a Christian, mother is a Muslim, children are either Christians or Muslim or something else. They live in peace. They don't see religion. All they see is love. But in the north, especially among Fulanis, they hate anything that is not Muslim. Yes. But the truth is that they are mostly hypocrites. They are not good Muslims. They use Muslims to front. They are liars. They are corrupt. Biggest thieves in Nigeria are the Fulani elites. The Accountant General of Nigeria, who stole everything in the treasury, Mr. Idris, was a Fulani. He wrecked the whole treasury of over 80 billion naira. Yes. And then he went to the emir of Kano, and he was given chieftaincy title for being a thief. Abubakar Malami, a former attorney general of the federation, is a Fulani. Now he's right now in a EFCC detention. They have just identified over 200 properties that he had. He has stolen over 200 billion naira. That thief. All right. Yusuf Bichi was the former DSS director. He's a Fulani. All right. You see what they are doing? They occupy all the strategic institutions in Nigeria. He stole so much money and worked with Boko Haram to overrun the Kuje prison and released all of their members. Yes, shortly before Buhari's tenure was over. Yusuf Bichi. Yes, they compromised the country's national security. All right. Hadi Srika, the former aviation minister, was a Fulani. He stole billions of naira. And towards the end of his tenure, he did this big fraudulent thing. Went to Ethiopia, took one of the Ethiopian airline fleets, and they put a Nigerian emblem, call it Air Nigeria. They brought it to Nigeria and launched it, and they popped champagne. Yes, yes, it's a Fulani, a Muslim. He prays 5 times a day. You want me to call some more? What about Air Rufai? What did he do to the treasury in Kaduna State as 210 governor? He wrecked the state. Yes, it's a Fulani. Yes, Atiku Abubakar. Remember, he was Nigeria's vice president. Okay, ask Obasanjo what he did, and then plus what he did here with the Congressman Jefferson. Yes, he had a house here in Potomac, Maryland. Atiku had a mansion with stolen Nigerian money. When the FBI was looking for him, he had to run away from the United States and sold the house. That house was in Potomac, a town they call Potomac. In my next broadcast, I'm going to show you the picture of Atiku's house. He sold it. He can't come to the United States anymore. He can't. He comes here, they will arrest him. That's how he moved to Dubai. So it's a Fulani. He prays 5 times a day. And then he wants to be president of Nigeria. See, Fulani elites are mostly thieves. Yes. You want me to call some more? There are many. There are many. Issa Pantami worked with terrorist organization. He was minister of what did you call it? Digital economy in Nigeria. A lot of money got missing under his watch. He's Fulani. All right. What about Buhari's cousin? All right. He's Fulani with all the money that they stole. You want us to talk some more? They are no good. Fulani elites. So the mistake Nigerians will continue to make is allow them. It's time to stop them from coming to power because they don't love Nigeria. They don't mean well for Nigeria. They don't care about Nigeria. They don't care. If other people are stealing, they are stealing watching them. Yes. They use my brother, MFL. He gave them the key to the country's vote. So as they were stealing, he was stealing his own. But he's the only one now Bola Ahmed Tinubu is pursuing. Bola is a thief too. What of Nuhu Rubadu? Nuhu Rubadu is a crook. All those big names that he had before, you see now he has been deflated. He once described Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the worst governor, the most corrupt governor in Nigeria. He made a statement that was published to that effect. Yes. What is happening today is Bola Ahmed Tinubu's security advisor. And prior to that, you remember he ran a lousy election sometime in 2011 under Bola Ahmed Tinubu's party. All right? You know, the rest is history. Okay? And then the same Nuhu Ribadu, who said that it was Muhammadu Buhari who imported Fulanis from across Africa into Nigeria for him to win an election. And he named specifically El Rufai as one of the spearhead for the importation of Fulanis that have now destroyed Nigeria. Then during Buhari's second tenure, he was his campaign director. So be careful of these people. They are no good. The last one was there's a strong allegation that he was given rifles to Fulanis in the name of guarding whatever national security. This ammunition end up in the hands of terrorists. They are all in the same game. That is why I'm happy America is not taking him seriously because they know. And I'm happy, I'm sure a lot of us who are here, some of us talk to these people to let them know the real truth about who they are dealing with in Nigeria. So that's why when they came to Nigeria, they did not take them seriously. They went on their own to find out what was happening inside Nigeria. If they had listened to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Nuhu Rubadu's lies, America would not take this action that it took today. So everything that America did was independent. It was an American thing. So if they make mention of Nigeria, they just wanted to be nice so that the world will not see them as being dictatorial. Nigerian politicians are criminals, but the Fulani ones are horrible. Very, very horrible. I don't recommend them for any position in Nigeria. Any position they get their hands on, they use it to advance a cause for their Fulani nationalism. They will destroy that is they destroy institutions. They steal. They are not Muslims. They are not real Muslims. They are fake. They can get angry all they want. But Nigerians need to be told this truth. We are tired of these lies. We want to build a real Nigerian. Yes, we want to build a real Nigeria. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let me take a few of these reports. Jeremy Leland say, thank you, sir. This Nigerian government hasn't done anything for me, my family, yet they have the guts to talk about tax. This whole tax thing, I've tried to stay away from it because it's laughable, very, very laughable, and very, very sad that we are having to deal with this at this time. And it's this taxing, as it affects Nigerian, ordinary Nigerian, is sad that it's happening. Really sad. How can you tax a people who have no jobs? They have no jobs. You didn't provide them jobs. On what basis are you going to tax them? Well, we look forward to seeing how they're going to do that. I think, I hope that will be one of the ground for the rebellion that is brewing in Nigeria. That they are crazy. That's just what it is. It's a man who has run out of ideas. So let me correct you one thing. Nigeria has done so much for all of us. One, it gave us an identity. It gave us a space. Is the problem of Nigeria is bad leadership. Bad leadership and the unconsciousness of the people of Nigeria. The people of Nigeria who takes everything they are told by fake government drivers as true. Nigerians who cannot question their leadership. Nigerians who don't understand that they are indeed the owners of Nigeria and the real major stakeholders of Nigeria. That is where the problem is. So if we correct ourselves and lose this fear of government, you as a citizen, you are not supposed to fear government. Government is supposed to fear you because you are the one who is actually the government, who makes the government work or otherwise. All right. So we have to wake up and make our government to start working for us. We have a problem not doing that. That is our greatest problem. The country is a very good country, very beautiful country, excellent country. Yes, you are reaching us, but sir, there is nothing we can do at this junction. We are now at this moment. Yes, I hear you somehow, but there are a lot of things you can do. There are a lot of things we can do. I know that the usual problem is the poverty and hunger in the land. We don't have to change Nigeria by entirely carrying guns. That's not the type of revolution that I'm talking. Use of guns perhaps will be the last resort. You know, you have a right to self-defense when people come to attack you. But you can do civil disobedience by disobeying government and not wanting to do what the government wants you to do because you have a right to refuse to do nonsense. So that's the area. And then when we do stuff, like if we want to bring a Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government down, it shouldn't take more than 3 days maximum if Nigerians are wired to change the government. If they are wired by a common cause to effect a change in their country, all that is required is just refuse. And that's all. It was use where you are. But I'm going to talk about how to resist the government without killing anyone. Because the concern that people have always is about people dying. Another, nobody has to die. The way Nigeria is right now, we have to change the way we protest because Nigerians are not the type of street protesters that can sustain action like other countries. That is one thing I've noticed about Nigerians. We love life too much. We don't like to take pains. But for us to win this battle, we have to make sacrifices. And some of the sacrifices are going to be personally painful to us so that we can succeed. We run away from battle so easily. When they talk about soldiers coming out of the street, coming out on the street, no government should use army to quell civil disobedience. But in Nigeria, they do it. Okay, now that we know that they do it, we have to devise another way of doing it. If I sit down in my house, like what the Igbos did and did very successfully, until Buhari came and polluted it with unknown gunmen that were killing people and acting as if they were IPOB. Yes, but they have succeeded. They sit down at home. How many soldiers does Nigeria have? Are you going to come and arrest everybody in their homes? I think we should think along that direction. Since we love life, we don't want to die, and I don't want anybody to die. What I want to see, if I were to suggest a new way of protesting in Nigeria, is everybody sit down. If you are from a local village, sit down. Don't make sure that no government office works. That's all. Protest. If you are protesting, you are nearby your house, you can go in, drink some water, eat some food, and it's going on. But as long as the government is made not to work, the government will collapse. So you can imagine the impact of 60 million Nigerians sitting down and preventing the government from working. How do we prevent? You are a government worker, you are aligned with the situation that the people are dealing with, you want to be a part of it, you sit down, not go to work. No army is going to come and arrest you. If a whole ministry decides not to go to work, yes. So that is that collective action. Not a situation where, like when Bola Ahmed Tinubu first came, after he rigged himself into power, the Nigerian Labour Congress was organizing a protest. Some Yoruba people decided that they were not going to take part of it because it was their son that was a president, that it was going to impact him. So can you imagine the people reasoning like that? So we have to raise our consciousness. So we are not reasoning like citizens of a country. If you are reasoning like citizens, you look at yourself and how government policies impact you negatively, and regardless of who the driver of that government is. Very important thing. So something that we should take a look at very seriously. Yes, you speak absolutely the truth. Thank you, Richard Agbe. Yes, your love for Nigeria is genuine. God bless you for your wisdom and dedication to the unbiased improvement of Nigeria. Thank you very much, Richard. I love you too, and God bless you. God bless you, and I wish you the very best of the remaining days of this year and next year. Great, great things will happen. I'm hoping that we see a brand new Nigeria where the people of Nigeria will start thinking like first like Nigerians, not as Yoruba people, not as Bini, not as Igbo, not as a Hausa or Fulani, but first as Nigerian before their religion, before anything. Yes, before first as Africans. Yes. Remember, we are not Europeans, and we cannot be Europeans. Remember, we are not Arabs, and we will never be Arabs. Whenever we behave like Europeans or Arabs, we are behaving like copycats. And copycats can never and have never been known to be original cats. So let's be African and then look for solutions that are African to our country's problems. I think we'll do a lot better and avoid situations where some other countries will come and help us correct ourselves. Because that way, if we begin to solve our problems, we begin to end that respect that has been taken away from the black man. It's very important. Nigeria is too strategic to the black man and the world at large. We should be exemplary. We should be the true leaders of Africa. But sadly, we are not right now. No, we are not. We cannot, let's not pretend about that. Yes. All right. Sir, your message is teaching. Thank you very much, Louis. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Love, love, love. Now, Kevin Hale, he said Islam targets unarmed people like cowards. It's so sad to say that. I don't believe that entirely Islam does that. Some criminals in Islam, do that. They are cowards. They target soft targets, and it's really sad. And this is the reason real Muslims need to wake up and start holding some people who come in the name of Islam to destroy accountable. Very, very important. Thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate you. And let's this uh, Asuto Asutosh Ashutosh How Manek. We are praying for Nigerian Christians for 2 years. God has answered my prayers. Nigerians are able to defend themselves against the jihadists. Yes, in that right, yes, I agree. I'm hoping that the people of Nigeria will now be boosted to stand up with boldness and audacity that they require to defend their country and defend themselves. Right to self-defense is a universal doctrine. It's an almighty God's ordained doctrine. It's a spiritual doctrine. It's a biological doctrine. It's a doctrine against defense for defense when you are in a difficult position. So Nigerians, you heard a lot of people who are non-Nigerians are praying for you. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Yes, and wow, wow, wow. Jeremy Leland, how are we sure they don't build cities inside the forest? Because there is info that these people have even bread factory inside the forest. Actually, they build places in the forest, and I've seen some of the images, videos of what they build in those forests. Yes, they have colonies inside the forest. They have generators. They do all kinds of things in the forest. But we're in the 21st century. They have no right to go and live and acquire other people's forest. That's other people's land, ancestral land that they take. So they need to be removed from those forests, and then they can go and buy lands and build, whatever they want to build somewhere where people can see them. Yes, because they come out from those forests to, hijack, rob, and rape our women. So we are tired of that. Okay. Um. All right. Uh. Okay. Manu Oji online. You are a liar of the year 2025. That is your problem. But the truth is a lie. That is what I know for people who are involved in criminality. All right. Um. Okay. And Master Gamer. Okay, Master Games. What do you think of America's intervention? At this point, the intervention is good, very good. I support the intervention, and I'm hoping that the intervention will bring the result that we have. Nigeria will have peace through justice, and Nigeria will be a country that will be able to begin to solve its own problems. We have a lot of problems to solve in Nigeria, so we thank America for the interest that they have shown to help a strategic partner. Yeah, Nigeria has been a strategic partner of the United States, not because of this fake government in Nigeria. It has always been that. So we hope that their intervention will be positive at the end of the day. All right. And Master, you said excellent presentation. Thank you very much. Much love, much love. And Master, Americans would like to see Nigeria free of terrorism and for the Nigerian people to prosper. I believe so because I am here. I've lived here for nearly 30 years, and a lot of the things, the discrimination I have faced in Nigeria, I've never faced any such here. Nobody. I've worked in some of the best hospitals as a nurse here in the United States, and they love my job, and they kept calling me. And nobody. I have a lot of friends here. Yes, I have a dual citizenship of the United States and Nigeria, and I've never been denied any opportunity to be anything that I want to be. Yes, thank God for the United States. I am able to do what I'm doing right now. If I was in Nigeria, I am not sure if I will have access to the opportunity to broadcast to the whole world, from the comfort of my office here the way I would, because one, I'm going to be contending with the power generation and power distribution challenge. I'm going to be having problems with purchasing gasoline to power everything. Nigeria build their energy. All right, they secure themselves. They provide water for themselves. No government intervention. Nothing because of the tragedy of leadership. So I give kudos to America. You see how I'm doing this? Yes, I love this country. Here I have three children, great children who listen to me. Very, 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 very responsible children. They listen to me. They know they are Africans too. And they are very, very involved with me, with what I do. They provide a lot of backbones for what I do. They talk to me before on every session of they are watching me right now as we speak, you know, and then they will tell me areas where I need to improve on. So we're in it together. And they love this country. They love Nigeria. They want to see a Nigeria that will grow and prosper. They want to see a Nigeria that will be secure and free so that they, too, when they go to Nigeria, they don't have to be watching their shoulders, about insecurity. So it's of a great concern to them what is taking place in Nigeria. Yes, yes, yes. So thank you, Master Gamer, man. I appreciate you, man. And Asutek, I am Indian American. We are praying for Nigeria group. Thank you very much. We love you, man. We love you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, they have to cancel out the love. and positivity this day brings. Evil is filling the people's heart. It's terrible. It's terrible how people wake up with the intention of killing innocent and defenseless people who did nothing, absolutely nothing wrong. Yes. Okay, thank you, Master Games. Master Games, great work on an excellent career path as a medical professional. Thank you very much, man. Much love. So with this, we are coming to an end of this so I can catch some sleep. It's almost 2 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Houston, Texas, United States of America. My name is Smart Madu Ajaja, and I thank all those who were part of this conversation. And I thank most especially President Donald Trump for the initiative he took to bring rein in these criminals who have been acting uncontrolled in Nigeria. Yes, thank you, thank you. America has power, and America demonstrated the power today for the people of Nigeria. All Nigerians, let us stand and defend our country. It is our country to defend. Our ancestors left that land for us. We have no excuse to hand it over to terrorists. We have no excuse to allow invaders take over that country. Because if we do, history and unborn generations of Nigerians will not forgive us. Thank you. We love you. We love you. Thank you, everybody who took part. Again, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please take this minute. Please take this second. Subscribe. Like our channel. Like this broadcast so that YouTube will be inspired to expand our message by distributing our message to people who will watch them and make a huge impact out of it. Much love. Thank you very much. Yes, I wish you the very best. Yes, I wish you the very best of 2026 as we look forward to a greater year. I labor our heroes now shall never be in vain. To serve with earth and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you very much for joining in. I appreciate you guys and look forward to seeing you in our next broadcast. Yes, it's been such a great moment hanging out with good people, very positive people. All right, American National Anthem.
What is that whisper breeze on the towering steep as it fitfully blows, half conceals Past is